Hi, this is the College of Science Advising Center with a part 2 of the stress management presentation. If you haven't already watched the part 1 video, I would highly recommend you go back and watch that before coming back to this one. The first video goes over what exactly stress is and how to manage it, and just common information and details that is helpful for everyone to know. This video will be focusing more on resources and links that Cal Poly has for all students. Before we get into the links and resources, let's go over the differences between stress, worry, and anxiety. It's really easy to mix up the three and blur the lines and boundaries between them. To clarify, stress is a reaction to environmental change or forces that are out of a person's hand. It's something that you can't change that is causing you to have stress. There are two types of stresses, acute and chronic stress. Acute stress is a short burst of stress that releases adrenaline and causes chemical reaction that helps you in some cases. For example, if you have an upcoming deadline, a short burst of stress can help you complete it on time and submit it. Whereas chronic stress is a long-term stress that could lead to harmful health issues such as heart diseases. Ways to help if you do have stress is to exercise, as we mentioned in the first video. Exercise gets your blood flowing and gets you to think of things other than what is causing the stress. Another thing you can do is to understand your limits. A lot of the time, stress is caused by things you can't control or change. By knowing your limits, you can start working to change the things that you do have control over and just learning to accept the things that you don't have control over. Number 3 would be to stop comparing your stress with other people. Stress is individual, and many different people react to it in different ways. Trying to compare your stress levels with others is not helpful in any way because individuals react to stress differently and can manage it differently. Worry, on the other hand, is a repetitive tendency to dwell on negative thoughts and uncertain outcomes. When someone doesn't know what they're going to do, you start worrying. Will I pass the final coming up next week? It is a cognitive response component of anxiety. It's kind of uncontrollable. You will worry, but ways to help yourself when you do is to hold yourself to a worry budget. Give yourself a time limit, let's say 20 minutes. Once you realize you are starting to worry and sitting there and dwelling on negative thoughts and outcomes that aren't set in stone yet, stop. Start thinking about other things, distract yourself from what is worrying you, what is causing that worry, and try to get your brain to think of other things. Another thing you could do is to write down your worries in a journal, in a diary, or just make a list of things that are causing you to be worried. Research shows that about 8 minutes of writing down your worries helps you relax and get you to get over your worries, calm down, and move on to do more productive things. And as stated in the New York Times, worry is only helpful if it leads to change, not if it turns into obsessive thoughts. Now, what is anxiety? Anxiety is actually a combination of both worry and stress in large amounts. It's because worry and stress are physical and mental responses, and when you are facing it in large amounts repetitively, that's what causes anxiety. It's very similar to stress in the terms that it is a natural response to a threat. However, with terms to anxiety, there is no threat. There is no clear threat that is causing you to feel anxiety. It is just mental and internal. Now, ways to help with anxiety is to limit your sugar, caffeine, and alcohol intake, because those can heighten your levels of anxiety. Another thing to do is to find distractions. Don't talk about your anxiety, don't talk about what is causing anxiety, and don't think about it too much. Although this does seem to be counterintuitive, it is sometimes helpful, not always, but sometimes, because your anxiety is both physical and mental, and it's very hard to think your way out of anxiety. And that's why you should take a break from whatever is causing that anxiety, whatever that reason is, and try to think of things that make you happy and relaxed, and then come back to it to see if there's any way to fix what the problem is. Now that we've gone over the differences between the three, we're going to move on to the 4 A's of stress management. The first one is to avoid unnecessary stress. So learn how to say no when you don't want to do something or when you see something that you're not sure about. Avoid people that cause stress. Don't create an environment for yourself that causes stress. And that brings me to the last one, is to take cautionary steps to avoid stressful environments. So if you are someone who cannot handle large crowds, don't go to a concert, don't go somewhere loud. Avoid anything that will cause extra stress other than what is necessary. The second A would be after the situation. Express your emotions. Let them out. Don't bottle them in, because once you start bottling it in, it causes the stress to build up. Learn how to compromise, because you cannot always get your way. You have to learn how to give and take with others around you in order to maintain a social well-being. And lastly, find a balance in your schedule. Especially with our current situation with COVID, we are all stuck inside the house a lot in quarantine. That doesn't mean you have to sit in front of your laptop all day studying. Although finals are coming up, learn to take breaks, learn to balance your social and academic life. The third one is to adapt to the stressor. Stressors don't just go away. You can't get rid of things that cause you stress. So learn how to look at the situation through a positive lens. Look at the big picture and don't focus just on the negatives. Adjust your expectations. You're not always going to be as perfect as you hope to be, and that's okay. Just learn how to be realistic with your goals and your expectations so that they're reachable and they don't cause extra stress afterwards. Be thankful by being grateful for the small things. Be thankful for the nice weather. It's small things in your life that you're thankful for that will help you relax and calm down and relieve some of that stress. And the last A is to accept things you can't change. We mentioned this before, but look for the silver lining in situations. There are sometimes situations where you're just stuck and you are not able to change things. You have no control over them. Learn how to adjust to them and accept them. Learn how to forgive people and make sure you are vocal about your feelings and you share it so that both parties are in understanding of what caused that stress and how to avoid it in the future. Now we're going to move on to the resources. As we mentioned, this video has resources. All of them are going to be linked in the description, so you can access them if you just scroll down after you watch this video. And similarly, the previous information that I just stated, all of them have websites that we got the sources from, and they will also be linked in the description below. So we have resources both from the Cal Poly Pomona website and also from outside sources. So the first website is going to be the CPP Stress Management website. This is located under the Student Health and Wellness Services page on Cal Poly Pomona's website. It's very easy to access. Let me show you how to do it right now. So you can just go, type in CPP Health and Wellness Services. This will take you to the first link right here. And there we are. Now, under here, you have a lot of different resources available to you. You can make an appointment either online, through the phone, or even virtual one-on-one that you can talk to someone through Zoom to talk about help with physical activity, information on nutrition, stress management, and time management. Some important topics that could be helpful for you, especially with finals coming up. Now, the stress management website is going to be under mental health right here. As you can see, there are a lot of different topics from depression, anxiety, stress, etc. Now, if we click on stress, that takes us to the page that we saw on the slide. Here we have a lot of different things that can help you that you can go through, take a look at, and understand why you're feeling stressed and how to help you with that. Alright, so the second link is going to be the Stress Inventory PDF. The link is also down below in the description box. Now this link allows you to fill out a short form of self-evaluation on your levels of stress for each topic, and once you do that, it will help you calculate the level of stress you're currently facing and give you a lot of information on how to deal with stress and how to calm down. Let's take a look at it. So this is the document right here. When you look here, there are about 23 items that you can fill out on a scale of 1 to 5 on the level of stress you face. Now, once you go through that, this gives you a score, and using that score, you're able to find out what level of stress you're facing. Whether if it's 40 or below, you're feeling a lower stress level, and if it's 57 to 66, it's well above normal stress levels. It also includes relaxation methods, physical muscle relaxations, mental relaxations, etc. And it also has resources on people you can reach out to or places you can go to get some more help. Our third link is the stress management PDF. This is just a simple PDF that lists out your main causes of stress and then helps you work through and relieve some of it. This is something you can use, as we mentioned previously, when you're writing down what causes you to worry, what causes you to have stress, and that is a way for you, if you spend about 5 minutes, even less, working on this worksheet, it can help you calm down, understand better what the main cause of your stress is, and help you work through it or just relax and move on from it. It's very helpful and it's very short, so I would highly recommend going through it and filling it out. The link is also included down below in the description box. So with finals coming up, I'm sure a lot of you have been stressing about grades, and with COVID, the situation, financial stressors, there are a lot of aspects in life that cause stress to everyone, and it is important to learn how to manage it and how to deal with that stress and just learn how to overcome it. Please follow our social media accounts and stay tuned. We will be doing more videos and putting out more resources and helpful links that you guys could use for the future.